Russian President Vladimir Putin is working to break up the UK, weaken the pound and force it to turn to Moscow for assistance, a former KGB spy says. The claims follow the publication of a report about Kremlin influence on the British establishment, which found the UK was one of Russia's top Western intelligence targets. The Intelligence and Security Committee (ISC) report, which found Britain's security services and politicians had dropped their guard over the Kremlin spying on our shores, said Russia had tried to influence the result of the Scottish independence referendum. Boris Karpichkov, 61, a former KGB and FSB spy who fled to the UK in 1998, has claimed Russia's efforts are continuing. Latvian-born Mr. Karpichkov, who says he has been warned he is on a Kremlin death list for his former spying activities, claims to remain in contact with existing members of the Russian security services. A message he says was sent to him by a source in February, 5 months before the publication of the ISC Russian report, details why the Kremlin would like to see Scotland secure another referendum. It also said Russia was devoted to Britain's exit from the EU, and spoke of a plot circulating among Russian security services. Describing the plot, the message stated, "It outlines primary goals to ensure the concentration of all efforts to divide Britain as a single state, including the separation of Scotland and Northern Ireland and organisation of the collapse of the British pound to such a level as to bend the English and force them to start begging Russia for political, financial, material and economic assistance." It went on to outline how Russia would use embassy and consulate staff over here to help split up the UK post-Brexit, by infiltrating political and social groups with Russian and Latvian immigrants, sympathetic to the Kremlin's aims. The message added, "The main goal is to penetrate into various socio-political and religious groups." In 2014, 55% of Scottish voters wanted to stay in the United Kingdom. However, polls in June and July found 54% of Scots now back independence, a 5-point surge since March. The ISC report did not identify direct evidence of Russian meddling in the 2016 Brexit referendum, but concluded that the UK government appeared to have turned a blind eye to the possibility of it. But the report said that in the Scottish referendum, Russian state-owned international broadcasters such as RT and Sputnik were used as tools of disinformation. Former Armed Forces Minister Marc François said Russia's aim was to strip the UK of its nuclear deterrent.